am Jen and this is my channel. Welcome back. If you are new here, hi. I'm a woman in long-term recovery. I'm also a CARC, a CRPA, a rape crisis counselor, and a Narcan trainer. So if you look at my description box down below, you will find the link to all of that I just mentioned. I did a video on it so you guys can find out what my certifications mean, how I got them in my good old state of New York, and all that good old jazz. You'll also find all my social media. You will find the link to my Facebook, my TikTok, my podcast, my Patreon, which I just uploaded a new video yesterday, and a whole bunch of other jazz. You will also find the links to my regular Go Bags Amazon wish list and my Mother's Day wish list. I also have a third wish list, which is my harm reduction wish list, but that is available upon request only, just because I'm very well aware that it's not everybody's cup of tea, and yeah. So if you want it, ask and you shall receive. As far as my Go Bags, that is what I use to help people in my local community who are struggling, just came home from incarceration, rehab, living homeless. We all need to take care of each other as a society and as a community, and this is my way of doing that. I actually am in the process of parlaying that into a not-for-profit organization called Supplies for Life. And I will update you guys as soon as I have all the exact details, but I have a very, very huge announcement about Supplies for Life. An amazing thing happened this week, and I can't wait to be able to have all the details to properly share it with you all. It's amazing, and I'm truly blessed, and it's just fucking amazing. That's all. So we did not do Planty of the Week on Wednesday because I had a super duper long interview with the amazing Sarah from the Daily News out of Oneonta, New York. So we're going to do it today. So this is actually a really cool special plant, and I'll bring her forward for y'all. So this is called a Swedish Ivy. What is so incredibly special, besides the fact that she's just a beautiful, beautiful plant, she is very special because if anyone follows the AA philosophy, you guys know about the rooms, right? So, let me just make sure I'm not gonna hit any of her little luscious locks here. She actually needs a little bit more dirt. I think I'll do that this afternoon. So if you guys follow the AA philosophy and whatnot, when the rooms first started, a gift was given of a plant, and it was this Swedish Ivy. And it's just been known to be a plant in the rooms or recovery centers and stuff like that. And anyone who asks for a clipping of it gets a clipping, and it's supposed to show how resilient the plant is, like people in recovery. And it's just a very beautiful, tough plant. And that's how I think of us that are in recovery. So yeah, it's a super special plant. I love the fact that it symbolizes recovery. Yeah, so today I have a kind of fun video for you guys. I'm going to be talking to you about the 5 top beauty hacks while you are on the inside. So when you're incarcerated, you have a very limited you have a very limited availability of what you can use for beauty supplies. So I'm going to start with this one first, even though it is, there's no really number on them, but these are the 5 that I use the most. And I'm going to start with this first because I don't want this to solidify. So what I have here is a measuring cup. You would use, one of your containers that you kept, and in it, I just have some instant coffee. If you can see, right? Just some instant coffee. This is like 3 or 4 packs. I used to do this all the time. I used to do equal parts. And then here's just some plain sugar, as you can see. So what you do is you just mix these 2 parts up, right? That's all. Just mix it up, mix it up, mix it up. Now, we would have like sales inside of the prison where you could buy like, oh my God, this smells so good. Oh God, that brings back memories, that smell. Where you could buy beauty products and certain soaps and Muslim oils and things of that nature. And when they would happen, they would also have, I don't know if you guys have like a Family Dollar, Dollar General, whatever, but they have like those little sticks of cocoa butter. They come in those like round white tubes, and it's just like a stick of cocoa butter inside. Well, they would sell them. And what we would do is we would shave it down, and then we would take our container and put it on top of the heater, so we would liquefy the little piece of cocoa butter. You know, you would take just little pieces, and then what you would do is you would take your cocoa butter and you would pour it into your coffee and your sugar. So let me get that set up for y'all. And then you would just mix. So in essence, you're making a scrub, right? So you're making a caffeine-infused scrub for cellulite. So here we have it. Let me put it in here so you can see it better. Okay, so mix it all around. Get all the cocoa butter incorporated into it. Now you don't want it too wet because you don't want it to just be sliding off as you use it. Like, you want it to have some grit behind it, right? You want it to have some grab. So this is what you would do. And if you see, let me see if I can, how it's just all mushed together, and it's very much so a paste. So this was actually, I used to make these and sell these because that was part of my hustle. Because if any of you guys know anything about my past, I actually used to own a bath and body business where I used to make these. I used to make soaps and scrubs and lotion bars and lip balms and all that for a living. And I did quite well. So yeah, and then you take this, right? And here, I'll show you in my hand. And you would just put it on like your hand, put it in your hand. And I used to scrub it on the bum and the thighs because, let's face it, ladies, that's where the cellulite lays. And then you just, you know, mush it around. And it's exfoliating and moisturizing, and caffeine is what helps get rid of cellulite. I will be right back. I gotta go wash the paws. Okay, so now that my paws are all clean, let's continue. So yeah, this was just a really nice thing, like a self-care pampering thing to do while you were locked up. And the water in New York State prison is god awful, just absolutely god awful. And it was a nice way to like moisturize your legs and stuff, especially if you had time. Like certain facilities give razors out for the day, certain facilities give it out for the hour. So this was a nice thing to do the day before if you weren't gonna have time. So this way when you shave, you like a closer shave and stuff. One of the most, I would say the number one most popular thing was doing your eyebrows with string. So you would take a piece of string and you would tie it together so the string made one continuous circle, and then you would take it in your hands and you would kind of just like wrap it around so there was like a X in the middle, if you will. So you would just move it back and forth and do, you know, the hairs and whatnot. You would do like lips and all that. That stayed so incredibly well. I actually wish that I knew a place on the outside that did stringing, because it just, for some reason, I think it grabs it really at the root and pulls it out, and it just stays forever. Another one that we used to use all the time was baby powder. So on the outside, you have dry shampoo. On the inside, you absolutely do not. So dry shampoo, is baby powder in incense. So what we would do, you know, is we would just like take the sections in your hair and you would put a lot of baby powder like on your fingertips, and you would just put it through like the roots and like in the sections in the front of your hair so your hair didn't seem oily, and then you would just comb it through so it would come through into your locks too, and then you have your own version of dry shampoo. Another thing that we would do all the time, if you needed a haircut and you were not in a facility that had Cosmo, or you didn't want to wait the like 6 to 8 weeks it took to get in, you would take, you know, you would get someone who knew what they were doing, and when your hair was wet, they would take nail clippers and cut your hair. They would cut your bangs, cut your hair, cut whatever with nail clippers. And It works. I actually before I went to shock, I had very, very long hair. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna cut it myself before they all cut it. So I cut it to my shoulder. And the girl who cut my hair, she did it with nail clippers and she did an awesome job. The last one that I have on my list here, because I've got my little handy dandy list, is believe it or not, after razor day, I would keep my razor, because before you turn it in, you go into your cube, your cell, whatever, to get dressed, right? And we would all take it and do this. So what you do is you shave the calluses on your feet because you don't have access to a pumice stone. So you know, you get creative, you get it done, you get it done. So the top 5 that are on my prison beauty hack list are this amazing coffee and sugar with cocoa butter, you know, caffeine scrub for cellulite. This one is and it just smells so good because it's sweet and it's chocolate and it's coffee and just, yeah. And then stringing eyebrows, clipping hair with nails, and razor to shave off the dead skin. And which one did I miss? Baby powder for the hair. Those are my top 5 beauty hacks. And you know what? Even though I just did that briefly and I said, well, while I'm in the bathroom, I might as well like use it as a hand scrub, my hands feel like a baby bottom. So these are really great hacks that you could probably even use in real life. I mean, if you wanted to, you can definitely try. It's equal parts coffee, sugar, and then like just enough to get it to that point. You know, it's at home, it's different. Y'all have a microwave, so you can, you know, you can reheat it if you need to. You can make enough to save or whatever. You can make it your own. You can even add like a scent into it if you wanted to at home. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video and my 5 top prison hacks. And remember, we recover loudly, so those behind us do not suffer in silence. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend, and I will see you on Sunday. Bye!